Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We are here to discuss the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, and what that means for local government in Albemarle County, Virginia. This video serves as an introduction to the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, and will highlight public bodies, public meetings and their requirements, and all virtual meetings. Simply put, the Freedom of Information Act is Virginia's open government law. The Virginia Freedom of Information Act itself is a series of laws designed to guarantee that the public has access to meetings and records of government bodies at all levels in the state. FOIA applies to public bodies, which means entities that were created to perform delegated functions of the public body or to advise the public body. In Albemarle County, this includes the local government overall, the Board of Supervisors, Planning Commission and School Board, and commissions, committees, and subcommittees. If a board, commission, or committee has its members appointed by the Board of Supervisors, it is a public body, meaning it is subject to FOIA. A public meeting is when 3 or more members of the body are present and the discussion pertains to the business of the public body. This also applies to subcommittees. All meetings of a public body are public meetings unless a closed meeting is authorized for a specific purpose. Any meeting of a public body, whether it is a regular, special, or emergency meeting, is a public meeting. Open meetings are the rule, closed meetings are the exception. A closed meeting is permitted only when an exemption from the public meeting requirements applies. Every public body of a locality must give notice of the date, time, and location of its meetings at least 3 working days before the meeting by posting the meeting notice on its official public government website, placing the notice in a prominent public location where notices are regularly posted, and placing the notice at the office of the clerk of the public body or at the office of the chief administrator. Meeting minutes are required to have the following: the date, time, and location of the meeting, members of the public body present and absent, a summary of the discussion on matters proposed, deliberated, or decided, and a record of any votes taken. A verbatim transcript or near verbatim minutes are not legally required. Electronic communications, such as email, text, or chat between 3 or more members of a public body, are considered a meeting under FOIA if the communications are conducted in real time, i.e., the communications are close enough in time to one another to be relatively equivalent to a conversation. In the absence of simultaneity, most email communications among members of a public body will continue to be considered like traditional correspondence, such as letters sent by mail or other means, and will not violate the public meeting requirements of FOIA, but are still public records. If an issue is generating a lot of emails, it is best to defer the discussion until a meeting can be scheduled. An all-virtual public meeting is a public meeting that is conducted by a public body using electronic communication means, where all members of the public body who participate do so remotely rather than being assembled in one physical location, and where public access is provided through electronic communication means. FOIA allows for all virtual meetings, but with some limitations and requirements. Local governing bodies, local school boards, planning commissions, architectural review boards, and zoning appeals boards cannot have all virtual meetings. Public bodies that can have all virtual meetings are limited to 2 all virtual meetings per year or 50% of meetings, whichever is greater. All virtual meetings cannot be held consecutively. Public bodies that want to use all virtual meetings must first adopt an all virtual meeting policy allowing them. A phone number or other live contact information must be provided and monitored so the public can alert the public body if the audio or video transmission of the meeting fails. Thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in learning even more about FOIA, you can click the links in the description below.